So hey y'all, welcome back to my home. It's the vegan grandma, and we're gonna have coffee and get to know each other a little bit better. There's been like a get to know you tag kind of thing going around, and there are new people on this channel, and so I thought I would take advantage of this tag and get to know you guys better. And I would love it if you make a response video or comment, and if you're not comfortable with that, because believe me, the whole recording of yourself in and of itself is a kind of uncomfortable thing to do. One of the questions on here is, what's your hobby? Well, YouTube has become my hobby. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. I'm a social media enthusiast, so that's my hobby. Anyway, so we'll have coffee together and just get to know each other. I'm going to be reading off, I have my iPad here in front of me, so I'll be reading off some questions and just giving you the answers. So come along on this get to know me journey. Okay, so question number one is, are you named after anyone? And I am. I was named after my granny. My name is Sallie Annette, and my granny, believe it or not, I don't know, you guys, a lot of you are very young, but if you ever watched the Beverly Hillbillies, the granny's name on that show was Sallie Clampett. Well, that was my granny's name. So the name Sallie that I have comes from my granny, who was my great-grandmother, my mom's mom's mom. So, and she lived to see 5 generations. She lived to see my first daughter. So there was 5 generations. So that may be too much information going into this too much. Anyway, the next question is, when is the last time that you cried? And that wasn't too long ago. This move and stepping into retirement and having a place in Bermuda, trying to get to the States, wanting to see my granddaughter, who is 18. Her prom is coming up and her graduation is coming up in June. I want to be there for all of that, and yet I need to be back in Bermuda for things, and so I kind of feel like I'm being torn in 50 million directions. And I also have a husband that I love very much and don't want to leave by himself for too long, nor do I want to be apart from him for too long. So this juggling act that I'm in is kind of like geez. But anyway, it'll all work out, because it always does, right? Okay, so the next question is, do you have kids? And yes, I have kids. I have 3 biological kids and 2, I'm looking in the viewfinder, sorry about that. 3 biological kids and 2 kids from my husband's previous marriage. So all in all, I have 5 children. I have 2 biological girls and a boy, and then I have a daughter and a son from my second marriage. I call them my chosen kids because I chose to be their mom. I don't like the term stepchildren and step-grandchildren. So then with those kids came the icing on the cake, and those are my grandchildren. They are my pride and joy. I have got altogether 7 with the combined, my marriage now, previous marriage, his previous marriage. Altogether, we have 7 grandchildren. We have Sarah and Nathan, who are from my oldest daughter. And then we have Logan, Tyler, and Haley, who are from my son. And then I have Brianna and Nadia, who are my Bermudian grandchildren. So they are phenomenal, and they range in age from 18 years old to 6 years old. I wish I had more children so that I could have more grandchildren. I also, I need to put this in here. My daughter, my middle child, Lizzie, or Elizabeth, is going to be married in September, and her husband-to-be has a little girl named Chesney. So I have 8 grandchildren. So now I have 8 grandchildren. Anyway, they are phenomenal kids, all of them. My kids are really cool, and they are my pride and joy, and they are the greatest accomplishment in my entire life. So I'm very proud of all of my kids and all of my grandkids. So that's where my heart and soul resides, is with my kids and grandkids, and especially those grandkids. And they're all my favorites. So if any of my grandkids are watching this or see this or get wind of this, you're all my favorite. I don't have particular favorites, just to let you know. Okay, so the next question is, if I was another person, would I be a friend of myself? And definitely. I think I'm a pretty true, loyal, stand by you friend, and I appreciate that in my friends. I'm honest, and yet kind, and try to do everything walking in love. I mean, even if you know, this is the thing about the vegan YouTube community as well. Even if you don't understand, or, you know, you're not a social justice warrior, or you are, or you're black, or you're white, or you're Hispanic, or, you know, you're male, female, I don't identify as any gender, whatever. There are ways to communicate in love. And, you know, I don't mean a romantic love. I mean just being kind and compassionate. And, you know, it is okay to not agree with each other. It is okay to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. I have many YouTube friends now, and people that I really enjoy watching, that I may not, you know, agree with their spiritual beliefs. I may not agree with their eating habits. I may not agree with the way they stand politically. But that doesn't mean that we can't find some kind of equal bond or whatever. So, yeah. And I think I would enjoy having myself as a friend, and, you know, I have quite a few friends that are like me, and quite a few that are definitely not like me, but we still get along and we still have a good time. And, you know, life is too short to be ugly to each other. And speaking of that, don't ever make a comment on Vegan Gaines' YouTube stream, because, oh my God, I mean, I think I have like 96 hate comments. You wouldn't believe the things that I am, according to these people, and it was not even an ugly comment. So anyway, off track there. That's not the get to know me part, but we can all get along, and yeah, I would like being my friend. Do I use sarcasm a lot? Yes, I do. I use it quite a bit. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes not so funny. It's probably not the best part of my personality, but yeah, I'm pretty sarcastic. Just can't help myself. Okay, the next question. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here because, again, I have my iPad over here. What's the first thing I notice about people? I guess the first thing that I would notice is their stance, how they carry themselves. Upon closer inspection, I would probably notice their eyes. They say the eyes are the windows of the soul, and I just am intrigued by the eyes. People making eye contact, caring enough about you to stop and look you in the face and say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or how are you, and sincerely meaning it. So yeah, I would say the eyes. I think they speak a lot about a person. And having said that, the next question is, what color are your eyes? Well, I have some funky eyes, because it just depends. Let me get up closer. I don't know. I'm going to show you my eyeball, and I may edit this out, I may not. But sometimes they're like green, sometimes they're a grayish color, sometimes they're kind of blue, sometimes they look hazel. My mom has piercing blue eyes. My dad, I think he had blue eyes, but I'm not sure. My father died of leukemia when I was 5 years old, so I don't really remember him, and most of the photographs that I've seen of him, I look very much like him, more so than my mom. But you know, this really bothers me that I don't really know what color my father's eyes are, or were. But anyway, he was, let's see, he was 26 when he passed away, and so I was 5 years old, so I really, that's sad. I'm going to have to ask my mom what color my father's eyes were. See, self-discovery here, self-discovery. Scary movies or happy endings? I really probably prefer happy endings. I don't like scary movies. I like psychological thrillers, but I don't like slasher movies. I don't like the Exorcist movies. I don't like devil movies. I just really don't enjoy them. Don't like that feeling of being scared. So yeah, the psychological thrillers are my absolute favorite, but I would prefer happy endings over scary movies. My favorite smells. Right now I am really enjoying this lavender vanilla scent. It smells good, it smells clean, it smells fresh. I love it. My favorite perfume, I found out, is not vegan. I'm out of it, so I've got to find vegan perfumes. But was opium. I love that smell and have used that perfume for years. It's almost like, you know, I just really like it, and I've never found another perfume that I really enjoy. So I will be on the hunt. If you guys have any suggestions of any cruelty-free perfumes, please let me know in the description below, because as I'm running out of things, I am not replacing them with anything that's cruelty-free, tested on animals, has animal products in it at all. So let me know if you guys are aware of any great smelling perfumes, or give me suggestions. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, pets. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I have 3 cats. Noah, Nani, and Nilla. So my cats, I love them very much. Noah is about, let's see, he's 15 years old now. Nani's probably, I would say 10, and Nilla's about 7 years old. And so I love them very much, and I enjoy my cats, and they're all rescue cats, and I don't feel guilty for having them in my life. They bring me very much, their companionship is appreciated. They love me unconditional. Of course, you know cats are weird. They love you when they want to love you. But I do enjoy them, and they have great lives here. And where would they be if this vegan did not become their human mommy? So, you know, there you go. I have pets, and I love them, and I don't feel bad about them. Is that vegan? I must be a fake vegan. Okay, what is the farthest I have been from home? Probably Paris. I have been to Mexico. I've been to Canada. I live in Bermuda, and of course I'm originally from North Carolina in the United States of America. You can't get rid of that redneck accent. I don't care where you lived or what you've done. I've been to England, let's see, London, England, and Paris, France. So Paris is probably the farthest away from home I've ever been. I hope to travel more in my golden years, because I do enjoy traveling. I loved London. I mean, just absolutely loved it. Paris was beautiful. I enjoyed that. I do love Mexico, and I have enjoyed being in Canada. Nova Scotia, Halifax, I think is a phenomenal area. Peggy's Cove, if you ever get an opportunity to go there, go there. So yeah, that's the farthest I've been from home. Okay, so what do I want to be when I grow up? Okay, I am what I want to be when I grow up. This is going to sound crazy to some of you. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I always honestly wanted to be a wife and a mommy. That's what I wanted to be. And I was not a wife. Well, I was a wife, and then I was a single mom for most of my children's upbringing. So, but I've enjoyed being the wife the last 15 years. But no, I always wanted to be a wife and a mommy, and that's what I've gotten to be. And like I said earlier, being a grandmommy or grandma is icing on the cake. So I've gotten to do what I wanted to do, or what I wanted to be when I grow up, and I continue to do so. And we're always growing up, man. Don't let anybody tell you any different. If anybody reaches the point of being grown up, they just become stagnant. And I hope I never grow up, in the sense of I never stop wanting to learn and grow and do and move and be energetic and meet new people and go new places. And you know, that's one of the fun things about this YouTube experience is, you know, is meeting all of these wonderful people, even if not face to face, but just getting to know people. And this is what I do, and I enjoy it. And so yeah, that's it. I don't ever want to really be grown up. I don't ever want to get to the point that I think I'm so grown that I can't learn or continue to grow or continue to learn. So please never reach that point, because it would be a sad day. I hope I never make it there. So I'm still growing up at 54 years old. And oh, I am a Pisces, by the way, which I'm really not into all that. But hey, if you read the description of a Pisces with a Scorpio rising or whatever, that's me. That's who I am. I am the typical personality traits of those signs. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I am born February 24th, 1963, so I am a 54-year-old old woman. So yeah, so that's that part of me. Okay, siblings. I have many siblings, and this is going to be a pretty interesting story. I have an older sister, Mary, who my mom had at a very early age. And she would not mind me telling you this story, and I'm sure that my sister Mary wouldn't mind. She's a lovely person. My mom was very young when she had my oldest sister, and so she, at that time, your options were for your family or someone in your family to raise the child, or you would give the baby up for adoption. So my mom did that, and then later on in life met my sister Mary, and we all met, and now we see each other. We're communicate on Facebook. She lives in North Carolina as well and has a beautiful daughter, and she's a lovely person. So I have an older sister, Mary, and then I have 4 biological younger sisters. So there were 5 girls in our household growing up. So can you imagine that? 5 females, girls, crazy. And they're all great people. And then I have 2 adopted sisters and 1 adopted brother. My little brother is 30 years younger than I am, and his birthday is October 31st, which is trick or treat. So I have a huge family. Love them all very, very much. They're all unique and special and precious in their own ways. And we have hilarious family get-togethers. It is a lot of fun, a lot of different personalities, a lot of different points of view, kind of like your YouTube social media families. You know, we're all different, but we all love each other, and we're very much that, you know, we come together and unite whenever there is a family crisis or a situation, or, you know, so it's exciting and fun being from a huge family, and I absolutely adore it. And I know for those of you that have been watching for a while, my cat is distracting me. She's gonna, Nilla, that's Nilla. Nilla, come here, baby. What is it? Come here. Oh, this is Nilla. She's my youngest and my tiny girl, and I love her very much. But she doesn't like to be held, and she only wants you to love her when she wants to be loved. So anyway, back to the siblings. Yeah, so I have a huge family, and they're a lot of fun, and that's it. I'm rambling. Oh my God, I'm rambling. Okay, so next question is how tall I am. I am 5'7" 3/4", so right at 5'8". So I guess that's kind of tall for a female, but it is what it is, which is kind of funny because my father was 5'6", and my mom is 5'2". So where this height came from, I have no idea, but I am 5'7" 3/4". So there you go. Okay, the next question is, what would I name my children? Well, I have named my children. I have a daughter, her name is Sallie Aletha. I have a daughter, Elizabeth Marie. I have a son, Louis Edward. My daughter, Bermudian daughter, is Ashley Elizabeth. And my Bermudian son is Bradley James. So there you go. You have my husband's name is James, and again, my name is Sallie, aka the Vegan Grandma. Okay, and the last question I'm going to answer on this little tag thing. There's like 30 questions. Some of them are kind of silly for a 54-year-old woman to be answering, so I'm not answering them. But the last one is, tell us one of your bad habits. And if any of you have seen my streams, you know, which I don't think this is a bad habit. I think it is a massive addiction. I am addicted to nicotine. So it's a battle that I fight. I have tried to quit smoking I don't know how many times, and I've tried every method possible. Chantix, by the way, is extremely dangerous. Don't do it. It'll make you want to drive your car into a telephone pole. But seriously, so my bad habit, which I still don't think is a habit, I think it is an addiction, because I can break a habit. I can go without food. I can go without booze. I can go without sex. I can go without, you know, just about anything. But if you take the nicotine away from me, I become somebody that I just would not want to be around at all. And someday I hope to conquer this addiction as I walk this walk of health and continue to grow up. Hopefully I will find a way to just stop. So that's my bad habit. So anyway, that is my get to know me tag. I hope that you enjoyed it and hung out to the end. Now you know a little bit more about me, and I would love to know about you. Maybe, you know, you have different questions and answers. I've done one of these, or not to this extent, during one of my tastings after a recipe that I made, and it was pretty fun. But right now, with the move that I have going on and my house being in a million pieces and very little furniture left in it, I haven't been doing my recipes and taste testing, so these are what I'm doing right now. But anyway, thank you for spending time with me. Like, subscribe. Please, if you're so inclined, do a response video for me and let me get to know you as well, or just give your answers in the comment. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, although I never go on Snapchat except for to send my grandkids funky pictures or videos of their grandma with the filters, because I like doing that. I'm sure they enjoy getting them. They do respond. So anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, all of those things. I hope to have some other types of videos coming up pretty soon, and maybe I'll throw some cooking ones in there because I do have some fantastic recipes. But anyway, love you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me. And again, respond, talk to me, comment. I'd like to get to know you. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for spending this time with me, and bye.